Boop. All right. So
The moral of the story is that if you're going to teach your kids to read, don't use this right here because they figure it out real quick.
you have to use the whole hand or they talk back.
Now you tell me. I got a life lesson. This works out.
Worked once.
It works the one time, and you're going to keep doing it over and over again until it does it again, right? Awesome. I'm not going to be distracted at all. It's not going to be at all distracting to have that and then also follow it up with her screaming, I did it!
I promise to stop. I won't do it until you call game.
Sure. Okay.
I want you to rescind that promise.
Awesome. So I think we technically left off with Cody and William sort of in a tete-a-tete.
Mhm. I think actually specifically we were pressed all against the wall.
And yeah, you were, however, more specifically is I know that you had drawn a knife to William's throat at one point during this interaction.
100%.
Whereas Tim didn't also have a knife to anybody else specifically is really what I'm going for here. And so the rest of the party would have been back behind William. So I'm going to need everybody else in here to make a perception check with disadvantage to see Tim.
I have double sight. Shouldn't I be able to see him anyway? Or is it William blocking him?
It has nothing to do with your sight. It has to do with his ability to hide. He's camouflaged.
Oh.
I mean, I guess technically it does still have to do with your sight, but that's not the point. It's not the quality of your sight.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, and I guess I do have to roll for River.
Yes.
Anybody that can get a blade on somebody's neck without them knowing that they're there, they've got camouflage skills.
High level road.
Got a 3.
I got a 17.
18.
Heather, that your lowest roll was a 14.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's lovely.
14.
No, I mean, no, you got an 18 total. I was just saying, like, of the dice, it rolled a 19 and a 14. So it's hilarious to me that your lowest roll was an 18.
Yeah.
Lucky Bard.
Right. I'm glad we have a lucky bard in the party.
Did you roll me a nat 1?
No, I
It was
rolled
a 2.
I rolled you a 2 and a 5, I
I only
think.
get a
No, it's a
+1.
2 and a 6. Yeah.
26.
Okay.
Okay, so that would mean Tim, you should get to roll your
I already rolled it last time. I can tell you what it was.
Oh yeah, could you?
Yeah. It was a 21.
Okay, yeah. Then an 18 and a 17 do not hit your stealth.
Whoa.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so
That was a low roll.
you can tell
That was a low roll.
you can tell by the way that Amir has stopped that he is listening for something. It is disgusting the amount of ooze that seems to have piled up alongside of him. And then in a split second, you see him pull back up against the wall, and all of you hear this sort of low snarling sound, like a further up the area. From where you're at, it's dark in here, but everybody here has dark vision. It's dark in here, but you can see further ahead that this is. It looks almost like well, fuck, we all work for a tech company. You ever seen a server farm before?
Yes.
Let me think.
You're the only one that doesn't work in the actual tech departments. So
He works.
Yeah,
in
but I have the most
Buckeye.
server farms at my house.
oh well. Anyway.
Work.
Sort
I'm
of
at work.
imagine that, except it's filled with these massive sort of biologically created pods. And they're all lined up in long rows with very tight little quarters between them. The ground is just covered in like this slime and bits and pieces of biological matter that's been shed off from one thing or another.
I
You-
do not want to block him.
you can hear a sort of chittering, clicking sound from all around you, sort of low humming within this place. And almost like a bubbling, mucky type of sound, like a swamp, that seems to be sort of popping in the distance in all directions.
Two things, real quick. Kelly, you're officially Ripley. Two, if I wake up with
Nice,
nightmares
that, like,
tomorrow
really
morning,
survives.
if I wake up with nightmares tomorrow morning, you're getting a phone call.
That's yucky.
That's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with knowing that I have scared somebody that much. Okay. So yeah, what is Tim doing right now? I'm curious.
Tim's going to, so we did have a brief back and forth last session.
I remember.
If
We're
you'll
going back to
recall.
it now.
Yeah, and it was just like, just shut it, quiet. And I yank, Tim yanks Ymir back behind the vines, almost. And you all just see him disappear as you hear that growl at the same time. And you see a hand as I choose to drop stealth at this time, and kind of like, come in, quick.
So you see a little hand reach out through the purple black vines and sort of wave you inside. The same place that you saw Ymir disappear into.
You can make me come with one finger. I'm coming. Shit, this is recorded. Anyway.
Cody slow clap for that. That was amazing. Inspiration.
For certain.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I
God.
think that, yeah, okay. Anyway.
Did you hear it?
Yes, I did. Of course I did. I also saw you panic.
Anyway, I
I'll
have a
post it on the
question.
Discord server later so you know why it was
Oh,
hilarious.
great, thanks. I have a question. If I go through the vines, is the goop gonna get on my fur?
Can you even tell?
We can make a nature check with
I
disadvantage.
would be able to feel that, yeah.
That's two
Heather,
times.
for the record, don't change. Don't change. Don't take that back. That was
Okay.
awesome.
Okay. My only like heartburn is that there's a little one right there.
It's okay.
Someone's been playing Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, this
Oh, it's
comes
okay.
from
She
the
barely
wall.
heard it.
I'm dirtier than a sailor's linguistics lesson.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we'll need to worry. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so you rolled with disadvantage, but you rolled a 10 and a 10. So
Wow.
you rolled a
I
10.
rolled a 10.
So you would assume that the vines will not put things on you as long as they're not damp. You haven't touched them.
Okay. Well, I think we should probably go after it. What do y'all think?
Are you talking in full volume?
I don't know, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Go after it here and the weird little hand in the vines.
Also, you notice that even though Ymir is short, it's actually shorter and not like a gauntlet that Ymir typically has as a paladin. It's like a black leather glove of sorts.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely someone else's.
I almost did a thing, but Brooke, you're still getting used to this, so I'm not going to do the thing. So
Aw.
I asked if you had said that at full volume as your character in this room with
Oh.
stuff, and you said yes. And so my immediate reaction to that as the DM is, well, let's see what the hell heard you.
No. I thought Miles was asking Brooke a question.
No, the DM was asking the player,
Yeah. Assume
Well,
everything is for the worst case scenario.
which is the reason why I came back here and I was a kind person instead of just being, and then you died.
Boo.
So are you trying to speak to your party of friends at a full volume.
No, I am whispering it to my friends.
I
that I
assumed.
think we should go after our other friend and the weird hand in the vines.
You see the hand comes back. It's like, are you deaf? Get your ass in here now.
Well, okay, so is it just the hand?
It's just the hand, so it's kind of
Okay,
like,
so
yeah.
I'm curious, is the hand like doing one of these, or is the hand like, are you gonna get in here now or what?
Yes, it's totally the hand puppet.
Dude,
On.
And actually, you realize that he's signing, specifically Brooke in Thieves Camp. So it's like trying to relay a message to you. Hurry the hell up. Danger is coming. Run towards me.
That's actually something that we haven't touched on yet with your character at all. Rogues get a special language called Thieves Camp. It's a language
Cool.
that only other rogues can speak or use with each other. It's a bunch of different types of hand gestures and symbols and things that aren't a language that only rogues understand how they go together.
Great, okay,
So
so I understand.
he's using the hand gesture, like the ASL version of Thieves Camp
Right.
on you.
Okay, so,
TSL, Thieves Sign
so
Language.
I'm the only rogue,
PSL.
right? So I'm gonna whisper to the rest of the party that the hand is telling us to go into the vines because danger is coming.
I'm gonna whisper that I'm with River.
Okay, well,
I'm just gonna follow along.
I'm following along.
okay, so who's the first one through the vines? I'm just curious. It's not like this isn't a death sentence. I'm just curious who's going through first.
I'll go.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
You see a hand grab out towards you, Dotto, and pull you in, yank you. Not that strong, but does pull you.
It's strong enough that you can feel a tug, but you go under your own volition.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm gonna go super quick behind Lord Dado to try to avoid the vines touching her.
I'm gonna wait for Torch and then follow.
I'm going in.
Took your asses long enough. It's like I'm quarter of your size and I can move faster than you all. Come on.
We can see you now.
You see as behind the vines, you see like Amir on one side in kind of like a glimmering sheen. And then you see as you kind of file in against the wall behind the vines, you see this small gnome who looks very familiar. What used to be a blue kind of parcel outfit and everything has been torn to shreds. It is damp, it is wet, it is dark, it is dirty and grimy. You see the well-kept hair mustache that he typically would have is just a wreck. You see the scratches across his body. You're looking at Tim. Tim, he looks disheveled, and that's a polite way to put it.
Now- Just out of curiosity, is this still because of the cursing that happened to you in the first chapter?
Is that in character?
No. Oh, I love how you did that then.
So that's not in character, right?
Yeah, no, I'm asking you. Is this still because of what
Cody.
happened to you in the Cody?
Yeah. By cursing, there was the first session I was in that we were at the
farm
tent. Yes, we were at the farm with the clown tent or the circus tent.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Oh,
You
oh.
met at the circus,
Right.
with all of the fae,
But-
and then moved from there to the farm.
Yeah, and you touched something at the farm and you went dark there.
Uh-huh.
Are you still dark from that?
I don't know if I can say anything. Who's to say? But you see Tim kind of speak up and it's like, they're coming. Shh. Don't make a word. Don't breathe. Hold your breath.
So everybody can make a stealth check with advantage.
Oh, yes, I am good at this.
You are good at stealth.
I'm still screwed.
That is so good. That was with advantage because one of those was a 1. Hey.
24.
Oh,
You are. You got a 23. Tim got a 24. 15, 18, 94.
Amir.
And that's with advantage, Amir?
I got a 5.
Hello?
Can I give he already has advantage, right?
He does have advantage.
Okay.
Um,
Help action wouldn't do anything then.
Miles, did
Can I
roll-
put my cloak of Night Stalker on and get stealth that way?
I assumed that you had it on, so you
All
could.
right.
Miles, do you see my roll? Because I don't.
It's,
But I definitely
it's
rolled.
got little waiting dots.
Oh yeah, it hasn't
Oh.
come through yet.
Okay.
I'll reload the page, see if it does anything for me.
Oh, it's
Real
not
quick.
there at all.
No, it's not there at all anymore
Looks
now.
like you need to re-roll.
Okay.
I had some kid aggro a few minutes ago, so I might have to ask questions, but we're good right now.
No worries. I'm used to that.
It's me. Hi. I'm the problem.
Always when it comes again.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's okay.
All right.
Ooh.
Yikes. Okay, so the dwarves are not doing great as far as being stealthy. The one that clanks all the time and the one that can't stop singing.
Mhm.
Great pair. Okay.
Stick to your strengths.
Stick to your strength. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, if you insist, William.
Hold up. The danger hairs on the back of my neck just went off and my scar tingled.
Oh dear.
Does anybody have pass without trace? as a
Y'all,
spell?
I don't know what Miles is rolling for, but we fucked.
Okay, so nobody has pass without trace as a spell though, correct?
Oh
And
no.
we didn't get kissed.
The DM has that look on their face.
Yep.
Did the rogue just fail the stealth check?
The DM
No.
just rolled a nat 20.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what the roll was for, but we're fucked.
Okay.
Miles just rolled a nat 20.
I'm gonna whisper. I'm gonna whisper to everybody in the room. Listen, guys. They may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom. And then
You always
I'm
this
going
much
to
of a drama
cast-
queen?
Sorry. And then I'm gonna cast motivational speech. Because I feel like we're about to hit something here.
Before they do this, Miles, I would ask if you would let me do this, as I know this place pretty well. There's a cord behind me
Mhm.
that I prepared just in a situation like this. Would you allow me to pull that, Miles?
Yeah, sure. Let's see. Let me look at
You know,
This is
ironically,
not
Heather,
the main one we've talked about.
Yeah. I think you definitely can. I'm looking at your
That cord.
I'm looking at your dex bonus now. Yeah, you definitely can before anything else happens.
Got it.
based on my spell list, I think I could make myself 7 feet tall and shoot lightning bolts out my arse.
Well,
I doubt it.
I'm really questioning trying to save y'all right
Miles,
now,
did,
and I
did you,
pulled this cord. Go ahead, Dado. Sorry.
Miles, did you see the question I asked you in the channel? Or
I'm,
the,
I'm looking at it right now. I don't. Every level? Yes, you can every level. That's right. Close my window.
If you're okay with the Dado, I'll go ahead and
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you all see quickly, it's like as this creature approaches, as something approaches, and you all kind of like, you hear clanking. It's like, fine. I didn't want to have to use this. And you see a small little pull cord that Tim grabs and just pulls it from the wall. And you hear like a clink, 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 and you hear almost like there's a set of things going off. Miles, if you would.
Yeah, so think about the most complex sci-fi horror Rube Goldberg device you could imagine. Do you know? Does anyone not know what a Rube Goldberg device is?
No idea.
Okay.
No clue.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Mousetrap.
It's a yes, like the board game Mousetrap. It is where you take 75 steps to light a candle. But you use a massive machine, you flip one switch, and it takes 48 hours to go and light a candle that's 7 feet from you.
It's like those YouTube videos where they make like they push a basketball down a ramp and then they like follow it all around their little thing and it like knocks over a can at the end.
So Tim pulls on this cord and you see what looks to be some of those vines that have been sort of wound up and tied off, pull back, and you can hear when that happens. And there's a rippling up the wall as the whole thing sort of shudders because it's all alive. You can see it sort of go up the side of the wall and up along the top of it and then down along the side. And it goes and knocks over looks like a big pile of bones over onto the top of another container that knocks over another container and so on and so forth, creating a sort of a small cacophony of things going around the room. And then it goes back to right about the same place that you came from, Tim. There's a loud clink, and then nothing happens.
That's not true. There's a very impressed dwarf.
I was like, oh, that wasn't supposed to happen.
That wasn't.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
Well, it's like, do we notice anything outside before I raise my voice?
I'm gonna say no. You can hear something out there, but you don't see anything.
Knowing this place, should I run? No. Okay. I go ahead and I just hold my finger up to everybody, and it's like, now we pray.
There is another sort of loud, sort of gruff roar, almost like a big animal, like beast of burden. Think like oxen, stuff like that. Just a loud snort and a huff, and you feel, and the floor underneath you sort of jiggles, almost like you're standing on top of Jell-O. With the impact of something big just past these vines outside of you. And you can feel it come down right in front of the opening where you're at. There is breathing just outside and a smell that is so putrid that it lifts over the rest of the things inside this room. And then you can hear the footsteps lumbering off. You're muted, by the way.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we've got some time.
What the fuck was that?
Seconded.
Whispering.
That's a great question. I don't think you can say they have a name. I think they're something of a hive mind. You've seen those bugs, right?
And you recall that the first time you actually met Tim was the first night you encountered those bugs. Yes.
Tim, you actually see this. I hold up my shield. I tap it.
Emir has a shield that he's made out of a carcass from one of the larger ones.
Oh, thank God. I thought it was going to be too loud. I was going to be like, what the? Yes, exactly that. This is what happens. This is what happens when the bugs come to roost.
You hear more movement outside. It's not the same. It's not loud footsteps. It sounds almost like sort of a slurping, slithering sound, followed by screeching, loud screeching, like horrible nails on chalkboard falling down a well type of screeching, squealing, hissing, snarling, high-pitched sound that claws its way into the back of your consciousness. If there was anything about you that could have blocked this out, it is not here today.
I've got a safe spot down here. Come on. Before this thing comes. I'll try to clean out the room.
As you start to pull back and away from that part of the area, there is a rush of warm fluid that cascades over through the opening that you came in, and it comes all the way up across your ankles and then sort of dissipates. This thick ectoplasm.
Since Miles said that, it reminded me, anyone who's within 10 feet of me gets a +1 to your save rolls because of my aura of protection.
I'm sorry, you
And
get
now-
your aura of protection?
Everybody who's within 10 feet of me gets a +1 to their save rolls.
Oh, okay. Did you see Cody's message?
Yes, I did. Cody's going to be right back.
Boss, if nobody knew, we now know the answer to the question. It was Cody.
Is the-
Who let the dogs out?
Oh, I get it.
You know why they're dad jokes? It's because they're a parent. Yeah, you find yourself, this place is disturbing to say the least. It's easily the most disgusting and terrifying little place you've been, and that includes being inside that pit at the bottom of the Forbidden Forest. Welcome back, Cody. So, you've escorted your friends back. Emir has his aura of protection. Is that right? Zone of protection?
Yes,
Aura of protection?
and it's up at all times as long as you're near me.
So, bonuses.
As we start kind of like getting into, I move the small brick, and you start seeing like a small little passage appear as they just move it to the side, and it's like, come on, quick in. And I tell you to, I stop. I'm gonna guess Amir is the first one to go through, just to make sure there's like no traps or anything, being the paladin. And I was like, huh, kind of stop you for a second and lift your foot up past this another one of these kind of like Rube Goldberg wires. And it's like, just watch your step. Come on,
A
keep going.
lot of trip switches.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, keep going, keep going. And as you all kind of file in, you kind of notice how narrow and dark this place is. Perfect for a gnome. Not a little bit more cramped for anyone else. And I start putting the bricks back. And it's like, okay, well, I have a little bit of breathing room here. Well, folks, it's been a bit since I've seen you. I feel like, yeah, you walked into a shitstorm.
Where are we?
Who is he?
You're on the bottom of the Wizard's Tower. Yeah, we're in the Wizard's Tower. Yeah, you see, like there's something that doesn't connect. Like Tim, there's something with Tim. You notice, right? Like his memory's not all there. Yeah, we're in the Wizard's Tower. Yeah, that's definitely it. So what I'm saying is, how do we get out? As he points to you all and kind of like look at like a piece of happiness, is like kind of mania. Actually, comes back like, you all got in here, right? You know how to get out, right?
Funny.
Oh, that wasn't a joke.
How did you get in? What the hell are you doing here? And River, I did catch your question. I'll answer you in a second.
If I remember right, it's been a bit since I last saw you, and then we were at the farm. Then we were at the farm. Then I got really focused, and I came into Reef after trekking, and then I found this place. I heard about it. Then I was here. It's been so long, the details are a little fuzzy, but I can tell you right now that the longer we're down here, the more those things get born.
So just as a time check for all of you, since the last time you saw Timothy Covey, it's been almost a month.
So I would look at River and say, at one point in our adventuring, back when we were trying to get a toad to a safe place,
Yeah.
we came across some evil little creatures, and some bugs. Miles caught it. That was great. That was absolutely, that worked, makes my night right there.
I caught it, but I also like to assume that every other character in the party also caught it and didn't laugh.
Did I?
You might have been there listening during that time period. I'm not sure.
I don't remember.
You weren't, what, back at the camp? What are we talking about?
Yeah.
No, oh, when did I start listening?
The Fae.
Remember the dragon and stay in the cart.
Okay, so yeah, you didn't start listening until chapter 2.
Right. Yes.
Oh,
That's
okay. Well, we ran across a circus of Fae. Do yourself a favor and avoid them at all costs.
okay, great.
And then we ran into some bugs and some werewolves. That was fun. I love that part. That was awesome. And unfortunately, at some point during this whole adventure, Timothy just disappeared. He just fucking disappeared. And now he doesn't know how he got here. So you're pretty much caught up with the rest of us. We don't know.
Yep. So yeah. I don't know, folks, but you see like scratches like his head, and you see like some of the skin. Like there's been like a constant focus of like there's neurosis that has developed to some degree, and even so, where it's like you can see his skin has become like flakes in certain spots. He scratched it so much. I hear this buzzing, this noise. It's constantly there, and I think that this place is the reason why. I just followed the buzzing noise, and it got more and more and more and more, and he just keeps repeating himself ad infinitum.
I would like everyone here to make me let's call it a wisdom save.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
And I get another +1 because I mixed William.
That's right. So 7, 11, 14, 11.
You want me
Sorry,
to
I
make a
haven't,
save
I
as
haven't
well?
rolled mine yet. Hold on. You said a wisdom save?
Correct.
Ooh. How
Ah.
exciting was that one?
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 2, but I have a +6, so I got an 8.
Or do you have a 9?
So
Oh, I have a 9, technically, I suppose.
Yeah, we all get this one.
Wait a
Well,
minute,
that-
you guys are all in the radius.
Yeah, so it'd be a 9.
anyway, what I was about to say though is that Torch is the only one who made this check. Tim, I didn't need you to roll, but that doesn't matter.
That's cool.
Torch is the only one who makes this in order to not be immediately disturbed by what they are watching happen in front of them with Timothy. You're seeing somebody that has clearly come unraveled. They have bouts, like moments of clarity mixed in with lots of other things. Clearly a troubled person. It's not clear exactly how, but the last thing you do remember about him was that corruption had changed him. And it sounds as though whatever it was led him here.
And more, and more, and more, and more, and more.
So
Yeah.
slapping him would not help.
You can try. You can try.
How many
Do you
DMs
do that?
try at the same time? How many can we get on the call at the same time? That's what
So
I'm
it sounds like you try to slap him. right?
I bet if I message Brennan on TikTok,
He would respond.
he would respond.
He would respond.
You can try.
Miles.
Were you gonna hit him? Was that the plan? You're gonna try and snap him out of it?
Sure, why not? Very quietly, I guess, because we're still being quiet.
More and more and more.
Okay. So to just for my own clarification, are you gonna slap him or are you gonna shake him?
And
I'm gonna
more
slap him,
Okay, yeah.
right?
and more.
You take a hit to the face, Cody.
I uncanny dodge.
You uncanny touch. And more. And more. And more.
I mean, he was a rogue, right?
Yeah, I still
So you take a strike across the face and it sobers you up for a split second.
Whoa.
I'm gonna go ahead
I
and
like
try
that.
something here. I'm gonna say this really kind of quietly. I'd like to cast Remove Curse on Timothy.
Ooh. Okay.
How do you do
Keep
that?
that.
That was two very surprised faces. Did y'all see
Right?
that?
Like they both got excited.
Well, because it's remove curse and lesser restoration that is not taken, and it's so pivotal in games.
It's true. It's one of those things that you will only use every once in a while, but it's one of those spells that you cannot do things without it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So after Kelly attempts slapping Timothy and he uncannily dodges that and everything, I'm just gonna place my hand on his shoulder real gently
Mhm.
and say, "Come back, friend."
Owner's attunement to the object. All
Oh,
curses
thumbs
affecting one and man, there's not even a save on that. That's honestly, yeah, that's really badass.
Remove curse is a great spell.
See, I've used it before, but it hasn't been for years, and I didn't realize that there's no save. It just is.
Mhm. Yeah.
The only thing that's not quite that clear is if you try to do it on a cursed item.
Well, because it's DM's discretion.
It says creature or object. So wouldn't an item still be an object?
It is, but it gives further rules in there. It says that the object is a cursed magic item. Its curse remains, but the spell breaks its owner's attunement to the object, so it can be removed or discarded.
That's true.
So that's like sort of a sub rule if what you're using it on is a cursed magic item, which guaranteed will save your ass sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's not something I was immediately expecting to happen. But that's fun. All right. So
I think if I may,
yeah,
I
go
think
for
I
it.
can play with this.
I trust you to yes and your way through this. You can tap me in anytime you need to.
Got it. So Ryan, Lord Dadu reaches out and you notice as you cast the spell that it's going to sound weird. There's a bulge in the back of Tim's, in the front of Tim's pocket on his chest. His dilapidated shirt. And you remember something about Tim that night that you smoked weed together. That has been very long ago.
Mhm.
And how much that he would prattle on about his family. And I think part of the component of the spell is that you grab that wallet out of his front satchel pocket or front pocket on his shirt, and you show him. You see the billfold open up, and a long list or a long series of pictures of his wife and his 3 kids. And you say, "Come back to us, friend." And you see the eyes center on the pictures and look up at you. And the haze disappear. As he looks at you and you see a tear start, just tears flowing. And he reaches out and gives you a big hug.
All right. Now that you're back with us and everything, stop touching me.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, friend. Oh,
I'm actually going to give everyone an inspiration point for this because that is beautiful.
It was, man. That was awesome.
I feel like all characters would be inspired by this moment.
oh, I just remember pieces of what's been going on.
Is the bulge still there?
The wallet's taken out and it's like kind of like
Okay.
yeah, Daddy was like holding it, I imagine, at this point.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm gonna hand that back to you and say, great, put this back where it belongs and everything, and let's get you back to your family. Also, let's get out of here.
Well, you see like a different emotion flash across his face. I agree. However, I've got something special down here for you guys. All right. Specifically for the man upstairs, because fuck the man, right? Anyway, I remember the reason I came to this tower in the first place is that this wizard's tower is basically put unfair laws or really societal constructs around the city of Reef, specifically at a place where people help people. The man has now created it to where there are class systems in place to have systemic issues for people like you and me. And so, you know what? I grew up here. I have a lot of family, or at least perceived family. And I think there's a lot of bad things, not just these bugs, but what comes with them, right? Yeah, the bugs that you see right now, they ain't the scary part. No, not at all. But if you're interested, I got a present for you. You see, like, runs off towards the back, like a little scary. And you see a jar in his hands as he runs back. Miles, can you describe the jar?
Yeah, so it looks almost like your standard like canning jar, but it's round on the outside. It's almost a complete sphere, and it is double wall thick. You can tell how thick it is because there's a full-size squirrel inside of it. It's about probably that big, give or take.
So this is Jerry. Jerry, say hi. You see the squirrel kind of like dancing around, kind of like Jerry apparently was an experiment at the Wizard's Tower here. He's actually a terrifying gelatinous being who will consume everything he touches and dissolve it into acid, including flesh, in less than 3 seconds. So I got a plan. All right. Now here's the thing. I can clear out the bottom, probably the hive, honestly, but the mastermind, I can't do too much about, right? I need some help. So if y'all are interested, there's a big bad wizard up top who needs to get his ass kicked.
Well, you're in luck. It's Tuesday. Tuesday is wizard killing day.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's a special? Hell yeah.
There's a story behind that. I'll tell it later.
So one, yeah, definitely all about taking care of business there. However, I do know that but before we can go off and kill him, there's an item that's out of town that we need to collect first.
And that would be complete anarchy? What?
No, there's a coin that we need to get that contains something special that we're gonna need for this.
Like a soul coin?
Kind of like an elemental coin, I guess you might call it.
Never heard of that one. All right. Is it down here?
It's at no, it's at an old temple outside of town.
Hey, mute yourself.
It's cute how you think you're going to be able to escape this place without dealing with the bugs and all the other things that want to kill
Well,
us.
We need to get topside, and then we need to go get the coin, and then we need to come back and we've actually got a friend who's gonna help us also take on that wizard.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
Yeah. I'd say you'd like to meet him, but I don't really think anybody wants to ever meet him.
sounds like this is a friend of consequence, not a friend of opportunity.
Softly, you
Actually-
all hear Amir say the forge would be a good idea too. Just saying.
It's a little bit of both, really. I mean, it's it was a lot of consequence to start with. An hour ago it was opportunity.
All right, bud.
So, if you can help get us topside, we can continue on this. And yeah, kicking the Wizards' butt might not happen this Tuesday, but it can definitely be arranged.
Okay. All right. I think if we need to, we need to do it quick before the other pods potentially start birthing more of these creatures. All right. Because that's when shit's gonna hit the fan, to be quite honest with you.
Let's rock and roll.
Miles, while they're doing this, I rolled an investigation. I was going to check the walls and check the interior here to see if there's another way out of this room.
You do not find one.
Okay.
20 is a hell of an investigation check, but no.
Also, Timothy, do you happen to know if these things can see in the dark? Like complete dark?
From what I know, yeah. I mean, this place doesn't really have any light.
Okay.
How do they feel about light?
Oh,
They don't like it. They don't like it at all. Specifically, like sun. That's something there was one time where I had a little bit more of my brain back then, and I always had like these little toys and stuff, but a magnifying glass, and I was able to set up like a few of them. And I saw that it actually started burning one of them when I was sleeping, but then it woke up and ran away. So good luck. I don't know how you're gonna get sun down here though.
Yamar, time for you to lead the way again.
Do you have a sunblade?
He
Yes, I
does.
I
Okay.
forgot
I'm
about
gonna
that.
step off for just a second to talk in some kids, and I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh, we can't hear her at all. I can't hear her at all.
Mm-hmm.
Me either.
Okay. I went ahead and started the recording back up.
Hey.
So does anyone want a quick brief, Brooke, what you missed?
Please.
The discussion about leaving this place, I believe.
Yeah. Basically, Lord Dadu was going like, "Hey, we need to leave." Tim was going, "Hey, there's a lot of things happening here, and this seems like the epicenter. Maybe you should leave." Then, then Lord Dadu was going, "Actually, we need a coin." Oh, okay. So they're thinking about leaving currently.
And we found out the bug things don't like light, especially sunlight.
Correct.
So now it's time for Ymir to shine again. Get it? Shine again.
Ah.
Huh.
And
If
lead us
only
out
there
again.
was like some undead powerful wizard person that would be attracted by the Sunblade.
Undead? Hardly.
No.
Unliving.
Things are only attracted to the blade until you're attuned to it. He attuned to it the first night.
Things are
Oh,
only
so he's
attracted to
already-
the blade when it is in
Yeah,
its
he's already attuned to the blade.
Got it. Okay.
I
All right.
don't
So what are y'all
think
doing?
anybody else heard that.
Nope, nobody else caught that. It's on the recording though.
Great.
Okay.
Anyway,
So
Heather,
Tim-
tell him you took notes.
Timothy, do you know of another way out of here, provided we can get past the bugs?
Miles, should I roll for that?
yeah, do that.
Survival?
You can call it survival or you can call it nature, whichever one you want.
Can I
Okay.
assist?
Yeah, you can assist.
Where's the candy?
So do whatever he's
So it's
rolling.
gonna be advantage.
I think it's in our room.
Still by the bed.
Yeah, I think so.
Sorry, I have to go.
If we're rolling with advantage with help, that is gonna be a 23. If not, it's a 7.
Smooth.
So, yeah, whoever helped.
Nice. So a 23 is a hell of a roll, Tim.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I know a way out of here.
Oh, wait.
The bad news, it's right by the pot. And we gotta be careful with that because they're pots. And what comes out of pods? Big stinky boy we just saw.
Oh, gross.
Okay.
Yeah, gross is an understatement.
So
Can we-
will the Sunblade really help us out there?
I mean, probably. But that's thinking that this thing doesn't kill whoever has the Sunblade first, right? It's kind of like a giant, what is it, when little zapper and everything. Thank you, Misha, for rolling a dice for me. I did not need that.
It's a nat 7.
Thank
Amir
you.
steps over to the door, places his hand on his axe, says a prayer to Demathian. Just a regular prayer for protection, no spell included in it.
Yeah.
Looks at the rest of you and casts.
I think it's the most casting Amir's done the entire game.
I think so too.
This is like more than one spell in a game.
Yes. He's going to cast Shield of Faith.
On who?
What is that?
+2 to AC. It's
A
basically
shimmering
shield.
field appears and surrounds a creature of your choice within range, granting it a +2 bonus to AC for the duration.
Do you have bless?
Not right now. I have
Okay.
access to it, but I don't have one of those. I don't have that as one of my spells right now. But Kelly, I'm going to go ahead and cast that on you. Got to keep the boss safe. That's going to last about 10 minutes. That should give us enough time to hopefully deal with a couple things. And leaving my axe in the sheath, draw the Sunblade off of my wrist, hold it in my hand without activating it, and look at the rest of the group and say out loud, well, let's go light this candle.
You
Nice.
have no idea how true those words will be. So, let's go.
What?
So as you open the door, you can hear a very concerning sound. It sounds the same as what you had heard before, that sort of gushing sound, the chittering noises of bugs, except it's en masse. You must hear 6, 7, 8 of those things opening at once.
Ooh.
And things climbing out of them. You can't see them from where you are because it's all obscured. But the floor is sticky with it.
Does anybody have a fireball?
No.
And I'm not talking about the whiskey.
I have produced flame and firebolt.
Oh, it's not big enough.
I have wall of fire.
That could be helpful, actually. So here, I think Tim's gonna give them like a little strategy plan. You said there's 7 or 8 of these,
Yeah.
right? All right. So here's the plan. All right, real quick, huddle up. Ymir is gonna be the focal point, right? They're gonna swarm him. However, we want to make sure to track them, all right, and then just rain stuff down upon them. So wall of fire, great spell, right? Because you can make a wall, or you could make a circle.
She's done this.
You
She's
see
way
it, he's
ahead of
just like, oh, great. You know how to cast spells. I'm very proud of you all. So here's the thing, though. These things, they are going to swarm Ymir. We just got to make sure to kill them, and you got to make sure to stay alive. So good luck.
I was just doing the math, and I think that Tim has actually been gone from your in-game lives for about 3 levels at this point. So him being surprised about what you're capable of is not at all surprising, actually.
Mm.
When I
Real
left,
quick.
you were just able to cast 2nd level spells. What the hell is going on now?
So out of
Tonks?
game to let you know,
Oh.
Cody, she once cast this in a circle. The heat went inward and she incinerated 12 people at the same time.
Oh,
And
War
then they
cry.
scooped all of their remains into a bag of holding and then dumped it out onto the table of a trader's desk and intimidated him into giving them magic items by filling the front of his store with ash and teeth.
Oh, this is like Kids D&D all over again. Okay.
And then I helped them get back in with
You did. You
What's his
helped
name? Emil?
Emil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't like it, but
Emil didn't like anything about whatever the hell this group is.
To
He's
be
like,
fair, Emil would have had no problems with us had he not tried to swindle our people.
This is, and I quote, the city of thieves, end quote. And you went to the first shop you could find and went, hey, we just found millions and millions of gold pieces and I'm here to buy a thing. Did you now?
Wait.
You can buy whatever you like. Just tell me, where in the hell did you go?
yeah.
And we didn't want to tell him that.
The best part was I was in disguise when I went back to go talk to him. And with the lowest charisma roll of everyone here, I tricked him.
bravo. Look at you, Paladin. I'm so proud of you.
He rolled a 2. Emil rolled a 2.
What's his modifier, though? With his... Oh,
It
Emil
was
rolled a
just
2.
low enough. It was like
I
just
think
barely,
he
but
had
it
a
worked.
total of a 6 and Emir rolled like an 8.
Mhm.
I was like, fuck.
It was
Okay,
the baby face trying to convince the baby face.
Okay.
So Tonks and Torch, just in case you forgot, I'm fireproof.
Ooh.
Burn them.
Okay, that was my next question. I was gonna ask if anybody had any kind of like fire resistant spells, but I forgot.
I was going to
about
say another thing that that Tim wouldn't know about Emir.
Oh, it's the
Oh yes, my buddy.
Because Emir's coin only just started to work for him right at the end of the forest. So that first attack he did against something was against that werewolf. It was the first
Right.
attack he had that was powered by that same Ifriti fire.
This is great.
That's whole coin.
With you.
So I
It's like
got
a
a coin,
flashback.
and it's a djinn basically, but he grants elemental fire powers.
What cost, by the way?
No
It's an
cost.
do you mean?
excellent question. No one's ever asked.
You've never
At what cost?
At what cost?
We're buddies. I don't ask questions of buddies, that kind of thing.
Oh, you poor.
I just can't believe no one's ever
innocent
asked that.
Shit.
That's not what Amir would do. This
not
guy's
what Amir would
granted.
The thing is, you say that, and a table full of players all go, wow, that would have been a good idea. And William is the player that goes, well, but my character wouldn't have had that idea.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Y'all are incredibly trusting of mine.
that does not immediately mean something ominous and terrible. I am, however, as a player going, you probably should have asked whether or not you're going to have to pay for that.
Yeah.
Because
That's
I actually know where Miles got that coin idea from specifically, and I'm like, oh, you poor son of a gun.
Hey now, I've edited it greatly.
Okay. It's left. So, what are we doing?
So the last thing I heard is that the group is going to try and move out into the main part of the room.
Correct, and that Ymir is going to brandish the sun sword in the middle of the room, have them all swarm, wall of fire goes up, and then
Okay.
So it's okay if I go ahead and do this because I have an idea.
okay, yeah,
Okay. As soon as the door is open, I look at everyone else. If you're all ready, if I get nods, I walk out, no stealth check whatsoever. I don't need it at this point. My armor is shiny. My need to protect my friends is great.
Hmm.
We're good. I am absolutely fantastic at this kind of stuff. This is where I shine. I activate the blade in the middle of this room. I tap it against the shield very, very loudly, making sound and drawing attention to what this shield is made of, and go, come here, beasties.
Okay, so as you make a ruckus out there in the middle of the main area, as you step out, you can clearly see what looks to be almost like an oculus, like an opening sort of close, and you can see that there are several of those things on the other side of it, outside on the street, as it closes.
Okay.
And you hear thump. And you start seeing this massive hulking thing, maybe 9 feet tall, huge horn, massive rippling muscles, step out in front of you. And this sort of gray and black splotched white minotaur stands in front of you with blazing green eyes and snorts so loud that you can hear it echoing in the room as some of the nasty ectoplasm from around just rockets out all over the place. And he
That might
lifts
be-
one massive muscled hand and points at you. And that's where I'm going to call game this week.
What?
I might be
Ryan
wrong.
got so excited as soon as he heard Minotaur.
I
Is
might
that
be
Gregor?
wrong, but aren't y'all? Yep.
Come on. It's Gregor.
Wait, you know the Minotaur?
Gregor. He's my friend.
Oh,
From
you're
the-
friends. Really?
Oh, yeah,
actually
absolutely.
friends? Or like friends?
Ah.
They had relations.
Real quick, Miles, have you happened to look at my spell list?
Not at the moment. I can look right now.
Ooh, what
That's
spells
funny.
do you have?
You guys mentioned 2 spells earlier, and I had chosen Lesser Restoration because we're in a dank,
Oh, that's
dark. So he got Anti-Curse, and I got Lesser Restoration. I've just been giggling. I kept thinking maybe this is going to be useful. So
Okay,
You can try.
let's see what happens.
Uh,
But it won't be tonight.
Are
Zach.
we getting XP tonight?
I will give XP tonight. Because it's before a battle.
In full role
or
playing.
prospective battle. We'll see where the hell this goes.
Or role playing.
Right. Who the hell knows? Anyway.
and it might be your last XP.
Let's see. 250 plus. let's say that for this session, I'd say 600 a piece.
Whoop, whoop. Can you do my?
Yeah, I'll put it on yours.
So that should put us at 14,835.
That's what I have.
That's what I have too.
Yes.
Thank you guys. That's cool. I like tonight.
Uh-huh. This is
Oh,
fun.
fun table to play with.
Oh, did I?
Thank y'all for having me.
Thanks for
Um,
coming back.
Well, we're right before a battle, so you obviously have to be back here in 2 weeks.
Actually, hold on. Let me double
Wait,
check.
is 2 weeks?
Yes,
Thanksgiving.
we
or
did agree
Thanksgiving before
we
Thanksgiving?
did agree that 2 weeks is fine. I'm 45 days away from my wedding, y'all. So
Yay!
there's
Yeah,
a
I
lot of
mean-
stuff happening.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
I mean this very respectfully, but D&D first. I'm just saying.
I mean,
She knew what she was getting into.
honestly, she did.
Did she? Did she?
Yes, but not everyone is so lucky as to have their partner play at their game table, Brooke.
To be fair, we are having D&D themed events at our wedding.
That's
Actually,
cool.
one of them is where people can go and roll the dice, and on a nat 20, we have to kiss. On a one, I think they have to take a shot, and there's like different things in between. So yeah,
Nice.
there's some fun D&D stuff in there too.
Heck
That's
yeah.
awesome.
On a nat 20, we have to kiss. On a nat 1, fist fight.
Maybe I get spanked. I don't know. That wouldn't
Right.
be bad either.
Oh.
Well, it's a long story, but there is a reason why I took 6 months of sword training classes before my wedding.
Not a first dance. A first.
Just in case that nat 1 comes up and I have to fight for my life. I swear to God, she'll kill me.
Her father never said yes, and until the last minute, you never know.
I've actually got to set that. No, I'm going to share a picture of a guy I'm starting to work with pro bono. That's a friend.